I watched my wife erase our vacation photos before admitting why my brother visited nightly. I slammed the bathroom door so hard the mirror rattled, and my wife still didn't look up from her phone. It was midnight, and I could hear our neighbor's television through the apartment wall while I stood there shaking, holding the printed photos I'd found inside the kitchen trash. Every picture from our anniversary trip to Mombasa had been ripped straight through the middle. In half of them, my brother Daniel had somehow been cropped out with scissors first. My wife kept rubbing her thumb against her screen. I asked her why she was destroying pictures from the only decent week we'd had together in months, and she quietly said, "Because I can't stand looking at him anymore." At first, I thought she meant me. The last year of our marriage had felt strange in ways I couldn't fully explain. Daniel started visiting our apartment every evening after work, usually carrying takeout and acting overly cheerful. My wife Lena laughed harder around him than she did around me, but whenever I asked about it, she told me I was insecure and exhausted from working double shifts. I wanted to believe her because believing her was easier than admitting something felt wrong inside my own home. A few weeks earlier, I came home early after my supervisor canceled overtime, and I found them sitting on the balcony together in complete silence, not talking, not touching, just sitting there looking guilty. Daniel immediately stood up and started talking about football like I'd interrupted something private. Lena wouldn't even meet my eyes. Things got worse after my mother called asking whether Lena and I were separating. Apparently, Daniel had told her our marriage was complicated and that Lena was having a difficult time. I felt humiliated hearing my relationship described like gossip before I even understood what was happening myself. That night, I checked Lena's phone for the first time while she showered. I didn't find romantic messages. I found hundreds of deleted calls between her and Daniel going back nearly 8 months. Most lasted less than 2 minutes. Some happened after midnight while I slept beside her. I confronted Daniel first because I was more angry at him than her. He kept swearing nothing physical happened and looked sick the entire conversation. Then he admitted Lena had been meeting him secretly because she wanted advice about leaving me. Hearing that hurt more than if he'd confessed to sleeping with her. Lena eventually told me the truth after hours of arguing in our bedroom while rain hammered against the windows outside. She said she started talking to Daniel because she was scared of me shutting down every time we fought. I knew exactly what she meant. Whenever things got tense, I stopped talking completely for days. My father did the same thing growing up, and somehow I became him without noticing. But Lena also admitted she liked the attention Daniel gave her. She liked having someone listen carefully when she cried instead of pretending everything would pass on its own. She swore they never kissed, never crossed that line, but she admitted there were moments she wished they would. Daniel apparently told her they needed to stop talking weeks ago because he felt guilty every time he looked at me. That was why she destroyed the vacation photos. She said she couldn't stand pretending those memories were honest anymore. I slept in my car outside a 24-hour grocery store that night because I couldn't bear hearing Lena cry through the apartment walls anymore. Around 4 in the morning, Daniel sent me a text saying he was leaving the city and understood if I never forgave him. I stared at the message for nearly an hour before deleting it without answering. Lena moved out 3 weeks later into a small studio across town. We still haven't officially divorced because neither of us can afford it yet. Sometimes she sends me videos of our dog doing stupid things, and for a few seconds it almost feels normal again. Then I remember how easily silence grew between us while another person slowly filled the space. I don't even know who betrayed me more, my wife, my brother, or myself for noticing everything too late.